Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Do you see, I'm in the studio.
So impressive. Yeah, it's lovely.
I've got
It's really
Wi-Fi.
over your shoulder now. So you've got Wi-Fi in the studio as well now.
Yeah, well, we've got one of those mesh, they're called mesh something or other. The
Something
little box
technical.
you plug in one near your modem, modem thing, and sync it, and then you can plug it in somewhere else. Anyway, I've got Wi-Fi. I'm not
You
relying on my data in the studio anymore.
sound super, super, super technical. Yeah, and I also noticed that we are matchy today. How did that happen?
Oh, oh, it's just sort of those port waves going. Woo. Yeah,
Finally, we're in sync.
yeah.
So how are you doing? How's everything? Have you been painting?
I have. I've I do. I've been doing the stuff based on the wetlands or the Somerset levels, and I'm looking down here because I've got a big piece that I'm 60 by 60 centimeter piece I'm working on, and you know what it's like when you start off and you put all the layers on, and I was getting some nice textures and everything, and I stood back and I thought, no, I'm just going to paint over that bit. And so I've painted over now a piece, and it just looks so much better. Sort of, but it's just coming. It's starting to evolve now, and I can see the way it's moving. It takes a little while sometimes, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. So are you sticking with the palette? And I can see one behind you over your shoulder as well. So what's that one with the greens in?
The green one, that's quite old actually. That is pre-Christmas. And I
Quite old. Over a month.
Oh yeah. sort of November, December time. I was sort of really liking the teals and getting a bit of green in, a bit of black. But it's reached a stage where I did some sketches. This is my problem. See, I do some sketches and think, oh, I'll do that now.
Yeah.
But the one that I started off, which was really subtle colours, I've got a real big splash of big rich yellow coming in, sort of golden yellow. It works really well against the greys, and I don't think I'll leave as much of the yellow in as I've got, but it'll be coming through, in little gaps. Looks like I'm doing a dance, doesn't it?
You sound very expert.
I'll blag it a bit more, shall I?
Yeah. Actually, that's kind of our subject for the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blagging it.
Are we proper artists?
Well, we are, but does anybody ever feel that they are properly doing their job, that the title that they earn belongs to them, should I say?
I think people go through stages, sort of, particularly when you start out. I don't know about you, but you sort of almost measure your worth on whether your work is sold, and you don't consider yourself necessarily proper until you're selling something. But I think, as the years have gone by, whether you sell something or not, I don't think it's to me, it's not the measure. It's how you feel yourself in terms of what you're doing. So
there's a certain amount. Yeah, I mean, when people talk to me at art fairs or whatever, and they say, oh, this is lovely and that's lovely, and how did you do it, and everything else, and I can explain it well enough, but then I almost want to giggle internally and think, talking to me like a real artist. And I know, like
you are.
But it's when you realise, when you're in the room and you realise that you're the up and there's nobody else to turn to anymore. It's kind of who makes the decision, and you look around to see, your mum and dad to give you an answer, or a teacher or something, and you think, oh, it's me. I'm the one who gets to answer this one. And it's the same, I think, with any work, I suppose, or any career you choose. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? You know, when people say to you, what do you do? And you say, I'm an artist, and you go, oh, wow. I think, oh, cringe. That's the bit, I think, what makes me feel quite the imposter.
I think it changed for me when I sort of said, I paint. What do you do? I paint. And then I changed it. And then I started saying I'm an artist. And I think there's a difference between somebody painting and sort of acknowledging they're an artist or describing themselves as an artist. I don't know. Sort of, it's just, I think it's when you, I don't know, the other day when I was doing that big painting, I painted over, and you can't, I think you can only be an artist if you can't really explain it. Just you knew something needed to be done.
Yeah,
it sort of just felt right. I don't know if that is that an artist thing to feel it.
I think so, because I think when you start, you know, college and everything, and it was not quite picked by numbers, but there are certain rules and technicalities that you have to kind of look at, and rules that you can make sure that you include to get a balanced drawing or painting or whatever. And now it becomes instinctive. You know where the marks should be and how it should balance and where the flow comes. And I think that is the transition period to knowing that, yeah, you're doing something right, because it's like driving. Initially, you drive by numbers. You know, you have to look and you have to do this, and then eventually you can do a whole journey and think, I don't remember touching the pedals.
I think that's a really good analogy, that.
Yeah.
I think there are times when artists must go through periods of sort of, as you say, sort of reverting almost to feeling like an imposter. Maybe their work isn't working as well, or particularly last year, you know, with 2020, and even now, people aren't able to, or artists aren't able to do what they normally do. So you've lost the routine, you've lost the ability to sell your work, to show your work, explain your work. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's so many artists out there that are feeling sort of not self-doubt, but not sure, are they actually artists if they're not actually sort of showing anyone. Do you know what I mean?
It is, yeah, absolutely. It's you know, it's always like, you know, if a tree falls in the woods, does it still make a noise if there's no one to hear it? You know, it's the same. You know, are you an artist if actually you can't show your work, or are you painting for yourself? Well, you know, we're painting and we're hoping that somebody else appreciates it in the end, I suppose.
But I think we still need, I mean, that's the thing is, I think even if I didn't ever sell anything, I still need to paint. Yeah. I think that is a real measure.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I do, and I must admit, I think we've talked about this before on our accountability calls. That January has been quite a tough month because my motivation plummeted to work, and so actually having artist buddies that we call every week and we check in with each other and we set little plans for the week. They've been really good for keeping me on track and making me feel like part of an artist community, and that other people are feeling the same as I am. That, you know, what's the point? Actually, the point is I have to do it and I really enjoy it. And it's the one thing that I can really lose myself in, I think, is drawing and painting and planning. And constantly in my head, there are colours swishing around. What if I did a painting with that? What if I... And I think that, you know, that kind of proves to me that, yeah, I am an artist, because that's a continual conversation I have with myself. And I don't think people who don't play with paints and things all the time have that. you know, maybe if they're a mathematician, they're constantly adding up. I don't know. But you know, it's that thing of, yeah, this is for life. This isn't just for display.
Yes. I lost that there, sort of, it cut out. This is a problem with Zoom calls. I missed that last sentence.
The last sentence was, did any of that make sense? Which, you know, maybe there's a bit of, you know, serendipity taking those words out.
Well, I think keeping yourself sort of in the sort of creative mindset really helps. Have you seen on Instagram or about the 100-day project? Is it? Yeah, the 100-day project.
Yes, I am, because I think committing to something like that is a really good. Sorry, do you want to explain what that is for people?
I hope I get it right. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is where people commit to doing a piece of art every day for 100 days and posting your results or what you do on Instagram. So it might be you post something daily, or it might be you post like a group of images weekly. It might be you explore something, and it might be somebody is exploring colour or over the 100 days, or they might think, oh, I've never painted portraits, I'm going to do a portrait every day, or I'm going to do this or that, or, you know, it's totally up to the artist. And I thought, sort of, you know, what do I do so it's not totally different? I didn't want to do something totally different, but I mean, I think it's also, I mean, I've got my ideas for a project, we'll go into that in a second, but it was the lady, I can't remember the name of the lady who was talking about it on the Art Juice podcast with Alice Sheridan. It's
Lindsay, hold on, I will find the name as you talk.
So but she was saying that even if you just do a few days, or, you know, manage to do it for a month, or it all is a success because you're just exploring what you do. You know, it's being creative and everything.
Sorry, podcast actually go. I was trying to find notes, but I'll ignore that now. Sorry. Exploring it deeper, isn't it? I was listening, I promise. Yeah, no. So I'm going to do, see these little tiny squares of paper. Yeah. I'm going to do 100, a little collage a day. But maybe look at composition or sort of landscape, landscape-based collage. I just thought a little bit of sticking, something that's I can just do, and it doesn't matter if it's unfinished. Yeah. And then I might create like a little book of them at the end. Yeah. Don't know. That's what I'm aiming at. Yeah. My aim is it's a sketchbook challenge. Actually, our accountability partner Gina and I've been trying to, given the kind of lack of motivation I had in January, have been working daily sketchbook challenge with each other, kind of a little gentle prod. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue that for 100 days, but with a theme. I'm going to explore one flower a day. So I'm going to a floral challenge. Yeah. I thought
to get some flowers bought for you.
Oh, yeah, never thought of that. I thought, it depends on days where I've got 5 minutes, it will be a quick sketch or an outline drawing. And on days where I've got more time, it will be exploring colour with paint and things. But that's the challenge. And I thought I'd make it quite broad so that it doesn't become too onerous. And it's, let's face it, something I really enjoy doing anyway. So, but committing to do it for 100 days. So it ends, I think it begins the 31st of January and ends the 10th of May. I
thought it started the 1st of February. I thought it started on Monday.
Oh, It might. I don't know. We'll put it in the links.
Yeah, we'll put it in the notes, but I'm pretty sure it was the 1st of January, 31st, the 1st of February.
Look, I'll make a note.
Oh, in my mind, I'm starting on the 1st of February.
Yeah. So start and end. I know it ends on the 10th of May anyway.
Goodness me.
I listened to that bit. So yeah, I think that'll be quite fun. Yeah. I love if you cut out a lot of squares.
No, so far I've only cut out 5, but I've got enough to cut out 15, I think, at the moment. So I'm just using like a heavy watercolor paper, sort of. I think it's 425 watercolor paper, but it's just substantial enough to actually take the matte medium, and sort of take the weight of all the paper. It'd be interesting to actually do. I think. Well, who knows? That sounds a bit arty, doesn't it? Sort of exploring collage and composition.
Well, that's the thing. If I'm actually committing to doing a flower day in my sketchbook, there is also the opportunity to do collage and a bit of mixed media. And I got my pastels out yesterday.
Oh, you like pastels, don't you? Because you're good at them.
Well, I was working with chalky pastels, and I actually prefer oil pastels. So it was very dusty, and I was covered in chalk dust effectively. So I think I prefer oil pastels, but it was nice to play with them, and I will continue to go down that road. Yeah, I was playing with colour yesterday, so that's quite nice. Which sounds arty again and sounds very, very trivial, and yet it was, a glorious time. So I'm not complaining. So we've got the 100J project. We are real artists. What else is going on this week for you?
This week I'm doing lots of sort of admin stuff, sort of thinking about starting up some workshops, but just sort of weighing it up with when I think it's going to be practical in terms of COVID.
Yeah.
And just being just painting in the studio, really. That's what I've been doing this week. I think I need to do some sketching outside. The weather has been awful and I haven't been outside sketching, and I just noticed there's a glimpse of blue out there. So I may well get out this afternoon if it's still dry, because I just, sometimes you just need it. I just need to get out and do some sketching.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
I am not going out in wet weather to sketch. If it snows, I think that would be quite the outline for you with the trees that you're drawing at the moment.
I didn't, when it snowed, I didn't take the sketchbook out because I just wanted to enjoy it. Just enjoy it, enjoy the walk, and not even think about anything other than the walk. So I just took some photographs.
Well, mindfulness is a good thing too. Absolutely. It's not what it's called now, just enjoying the walk.
Yeah. Too true. Yeah, so what about you? What have you got this week? And then,
Well, I'm starting the 100-day project, and I'm just playing with colour. I'm really getting back to, because well, as you know, most of my paintings are quite vibrant, shall we say, and I'm just looking at different ways of exploring mixed media as well, because I'd like to have not just oil paintings but acrylic with pastels, I think, and have a look at that and really play with textures. That's what I'd really like to do with this, the next period, I think. Ooh. I think there's an opportunity here to really kind of delve deep and have some fun with it. So that's where I'm going next, I think.
Oh, lovely. It'd be really lovely to see your work as it evolves.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, like you, I'm not sure whether or not I'll post on Instagram daily or just once a week with several pictures. So yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a little look at that.
Yeah, no, exciting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
I think that round us up for today.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just going to say to anybody watching, all the thousands that watch, if they'd like to explore the 100-day project with us, it's never too late to join in. I think, yeah. All right then, I love you and leave you.
Take care.
Have a job,
and I'll
see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye for now.